What's up, boys? How y'all doing?
What's up, guys? Chilling.
Flying, baby.
Nice. Well, this is the first time we're having a little threesome on here. The two bald boys and the graying goose.
The
But you're
who?
missing your white stallion, Wes.
I know you're the graying goose.
Ah, yes, that's me.
Yes, that's you. I actually found some grays in my beard for the first time today. I was like, man, balding and going gray. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Riley was showing me yesterday. She was like, "Daddy, you have white in your hair." And she's pointing all right here. I was like, "I know."
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw gray in my dad's hair. It was this little patch right on the top, and I thought that he dropped paint on it from like painting something. I was like, "You got paint in your hair?" He's like, "No, no, I
I
don't."
wish it was paint. I can't. I'm excited to go gray. I'm gonna embrace it. So
Yeah, for sure,
whenever it happens.
for sure. You both did well last week in fantasy, if I recall correctly, Javier. You pretty much win every week.
Yeah, except for the one off that one week where it was bound to happen. So
Yeah, you wouldn't have wanted that one loss to come in the playoffs, that's for sure.
yeah, for sure. So no, but it came out better than I really expected. I did like 30 points over projection. Um, so no, I'm happy. I was chilling. I can always count on Jose to lay an egg and shit the bed. So
Right? And P Money, the
What do
dark
you do?
horse.
Wes's prediction, so far so good, right? 2 weeks in a row, high score, and
well, it's not hard
you
to
and I
call
made
yourself
some made some
a
clutch,
loser.
clutch trades. Um, Thanks, my baby Jacob, for Stevenson. No, you can't have him back.
You should also be thanking me for taking Devonte Adams off of Wes.
It
Mm.
wouldn't have helped him anyways.
I know, but you would have been a little bit more stressed out.
Did you guys? I should have put it in our slide deck. Did you see how close me and Jacob are in the standings?
Yeah,
Oh,
y'all
it's
are within a
it's
point from
it's
points forced and
nasty.
within a point of points. What was it allowed? Yeah,
Dude, same record. Both have $5 fab left. I have like half a point more than him on the season. I think I have half a point less scored on me on the season. And I'm the sixth seed and he's the seventh seed. So like I think that just goes to show how freaking competitive our league is. That like even though Wes is at what, three and
3 and
six,
6.
he's not out of the playoffs yet. And that's pretty wild. So these next couple of weeks are going to be crucial. So if y'all are ready, let's go ahead and share my screen and we can get going here.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So as usual, we start off with any trades that happened in the league this week. And as y'all know, this week was a little slower than usual, but never fails. We get some little action at the end so that we can have something to chit chat about. Is it showing for y'all yet? It just shows loading for me.
Yeah,
It's
no, it
still
just shows loading right now.
It's my
loading a little bit.
shitty hotel Wi-Fi. I'm actually on my hotspot, but it runs a little slow. It's all right.
Well,
So, Way, always coming through with the trades, my guy. Always coming through. So, Kareem Hunt and Miles Sanders for Michael Pittman and Najee Harris. Preston, since you weren't involved in this one, I'm gonna let you go first. What do you think? Initial thoughts?
yeah, I think somebody hit the panic button on Pittman a little bit early, in my opinion. I think they started Ellinger thinking that he was going to be the savior, and they just run on some bad luck. They're going to have to throw. We know this. They may go to Foles, and if Foles can have a 300-yard game like with a blink of an eye. I'm out on Harris. I've been out on Harris. He's just they don't have the offensive line to support him, and they don't have the quarterback to support him. He's not going to get the goal line touches. He's a 10-point PPR guy a game, and if you like that, if that's what you're rolling with, cool. On the Hunt side, um, Hunt's a good piece in moments. If Chubb gets hurt, he's probably a top five running back. Sanders is the best piece in this trade, just based on the Eagles' offense. There's probably more value on Javier's side, but better starter value on Jacobs.
Interesting. So for me, I'm with you. I've been out on Najee Harris since the beginning of the year. Like I've been saying, like he shouldn't be a first round pick. He's not going to get those dump offs from Big Ben. I had him last year, and watching him run, like it was so frustrating. Like he'd get into the end zone occasionally and that saved his day, or he'd catch 10 passes and like made his day look good. But I was all the way out, and I think we're seeing that from Najee this year. But I do have some hope for Pittman. I don't want to say it's too early to be out on Pittman because it's week 10. And so we're like more than halfway through the fantasy season. So I think he's a decent option there, but Javier, I don't know that the wide receiver was a need for you. Kareem Hunt's just a handcuff at this point. Like he was getting lucky last year with touchdowns, so I don't mind shipping that off. And this year he's not getting lucky with touchdowns. Chubb's having a career year and he's getting all the touchdowns. And I guess you could say that Miles Sanders is the best piece in this, but you got Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, everybody taking those touchdowns. So
yeah, and that's where it really comes in. And just this past week alone, Jalen Hurts sniped one and Kenneth Gainwell got one. And
I forgot about Gainwell.
So it's really one of those. It's something to think about. It's one of those things where I have a lot of Eagles stock. So I'm counting on one of them. All three of them can't score. I can bank on at least two of the three or at least one of the three, right? But just having too much stock is not in my favor all the time. It could bite me in the ass real quick. And it's just one of those things where, I just kind of want to get out of it. I'm, not necessarily in on Harris either. But to me, it's just one of those things where I've never been a big running back guy. I'll throw in fucking Tyler Algier, again, if I have to. I'm not worried about that because I'm more of a wide receiver over running back. That's how I've always been. So I'd rather take the shootout with the Colts. That's probably going to be every week. And give me Pittman for, like you said, Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb's having a career year. He's at 10 touchdowns, I think, already, if I'm not mistaken. Might be 11. And Kareem Hunt, yeah, he's not having that year that he had last year. And Miles Sanders is having a great year compared to what he had last year. But, there's this Jalen Hurts likes to run. Kenneth Gainwell is serviceable. And we can't forget about Boston Scott. So I just wanted to make some moves, so.
Michael Pittman plays 95% share of snaps. He's wide receiver 18 on the year. He had a bad game with the rookie. You think there's going to be a rebound in here somewhere?
Yeah, no, for sure. And and I know it's the joke of the league right now of Jeff Saturday, but hey, you never know what's going to come of it, right? It could just come out and say, "Fuck it, let's just see what happens."
Yeah, and you could seriously just come in and say, give the ball to Jonathan Taylor and throw it to Michael Pittman. Like, quit fucking around. We're running slants. We're running goes. Like, we're simplifying this because I don't know what else to do.
Because he's going to be, he's going to be on the phone with Peyton. He's going to be talking to people. He's going to be getting people's 2 cents, right? So they're going to be playing from behind. They're not going to be playing for a Super Bowl, in my opinion. But I guess it's really just to kind of see what Jeff Saturday can do. Yeah. And, just kind of like a warm seat filler.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Something I did forget to ask you guys at the beginning is what you sipping on. So, at least for me, I'm rocking a Muggs root beer. I'm traveling today. I'm not at home, so I don't have my beer stock in the fridge right now. So I just got some soda with me today. What are y'all sipping on?
Yeah, I got some soda too. I just got a Diet Soda, Diet Coke. I got a busy early day tomorrow with Jacob and really just a long day. We have our Thanksgiving dinner for work. So we just have a long day ahead of us. So as soon as we're done with this, I'm going to bed.
Oh, yeah.
As a proper German, I'm drinking some Live Oak Hef,
Nice.
I feel like you are what's convenient to you in the moment.
Are you Cajun? Are you German? Are you white? Or you probably got a little Native American? I don't know what's next.
No, yeah, he is. He'll tell you too. He's related to Pocahontas.
I'm a mud dog. That's what I am. Just like Waterboy.
Oh boy. All right,
That
let's see.
explains a lot.
He said just like Waterboy, a movie based on a mentally challenged guy. Oh man. All right. Well, now let's get
Love
into
him.
the waiver claims from this week. So the one that I really wanted was Fryermuth. I'm one of those three bids. I think Cody was the other one because like we were talking before we hit record, Cody needs a tight end, and I was really hoping to get Fryermuth, but I only have $5 fab left, so I wasn't about to blow it all on a tight end. So I think that's a good one for Matt. Gino's a good pick up there. I mean, I think he's still top 10. Michael Gallup for me, I mean, I was just like, I need some sort of wide receiver.
Yeah, and that was the other bid on that. I just didn't have any money to put down, but
Man,
yeah.
and I switched him and Cole Kmet as my number one waiver. So I think if I had the other way around, I would have got him before you.
Y'all are sleeping on Terrence Marshall. I think he's going to continue to have good games.
Well, I'm one of those bids, so hold on now.
You know what I'm just in my opinion, you know, as a wide receiver too on that offense, it's a terrible offense. But they're going to throw it. They're going to throw it a lot. And if it's not going to Foreman, it's not. I mean, there's only two other options on the whole team.
And I mean, if DJ Moore
still
had
the
a bad
Panthers,
year, and DJ Moore is so much more talented than Terrence Marshall, I'm like, he had 2 good weeks. The only way I'd play him is on a bye week. Like, you know, where I'm in bye week hell, essentially. I don't know. It's a roster clog for me, but could be wrong. Been wrong many times before.
But hey, thanks. I'm glad I got those 2 good weeks out of DJ Moore and pass them on to Wes. So
Wes is a sucker, man. You just say, "Hey, man, look at these averages."
I just had to make my nose look a little bigger, and he thought I was you, and then he just gave it to me.
Nice.
He said, "Oh, Kyle. Oh." So no, I picked up Cole Kmet really because I'm trying to make a move with Cody, and it's still not out of the picture. And I'll just say, I'm not going to say what the move is, but I'm just trying to make a move with him. And obviously that would involve me losing Dallas if I went and got Cole Kmet. So I think that offense is on the rise. I think Justin Fields has arrived, at least for now, until we see him hit a brick wall. But, if I have to play Cole Kmet this week, at least, if I get a touchdown, Justin Fields for Preston gets a touchdown, it'd kind of be a wash almost. So
Well, and even in this league, passing touchdowns are only 4 points, and rushing or receiving touchdowns are 6 points. So
you actually pick up an advantage.
yeah, big
Yeah.
brain stuff.
Any other thoughts on these waivers?
No, like I said, I was the other bid for Terrence Marshall, Lockjaw. So
Muth is the best pickup here by far.
who?
Muth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I didn't even put a bid in for him because I knew I wouldn't get him, so I went for Cole Kmet.
That's one of the only solid tight ends left on the board, and you can count on him.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's check out the matchups this week. So we've got, if it'll go, myself versus Jacob, Preston versus your boy, no mames, Javier, Wesselton versus the other old man, my dad. The guy that's gonna have a record-breaking losing season in Jordan versus whoever's gonna beat him, Matt. Young old Yoda, Jose, versus Cody, the dog, Max Prep himself, the golf guru. Man,
Honestly, if you look at these matchups, these are probably this is the tightest matches we can get this week. This week will make or break teams.
dude.
What about? I don't think. Yeah, I was about to say. I don't think Matt and Jordan. I'm pretty sure Matt could leave his lineup the way it is and still be fine.
If you look at Javier, if you look at our game, no. If you look at Watson and Matt, no. I mean,
but everybody else, yes.
Everybody else. If Jose beats Cody, if Wes loses, or whoever loses between Jacob and Kyle, I mean, those are devastating losses this week because of where we're at picture wise.
Yeah,
sure. I think Jordan's been speaking things into the future with just his name. There's going to be a happy ending for him.
Dude,
I called this 3 weeks ago. He's gonna be in the loser bracket. He's gonna beat somebody, and he does not give a shit. And guess what? When he wins, he's gonna give you all the shit.
I would too.
I ain't worried
I
about
would
him.
too. But dude, yeah, I mean, there's only three teams to me that are a lock for the playoffs. So only 3 out of the 6 spots are locked up, and the 2 of you and Matt. Now, Jordan's not getting in with anything. So the fact that it's me, Jacob, my dad, Jose, and Cody, 5 of us that have a legitimate shot at the last 3 spots, it's every single one of these next matchups is crucial.
Yeah, I don't think any of just speaking as far as like for the 4 and 5 and 3 and 6 people, I think it's going to be hard to take an L right now. Cody not necessarily can afford it, but it wouldn't be as detrimental as if you lost or I guess it'd be the
think
same.
about
Really
it.
more or less like Wes,
Well, because let's say that this happens. If Jose wins, he's 5 and 5, which means Cody's 5 and 5. If I win, or whichever one of me and Jacob wins, 5 and 5. If my dad wins, he's 5 and 5. I want to say we all have more points for on the season than Cody. So Cody really.
I'm looking right now. Cody has about 1,000 points forced, whereas Russ has about 50 more than him. You have about 30 more than him. Jacob has 30 more than him. Jose has about 30 more than him. So
yeah, so Cody would have to have a big week. So he can't afford to lose either, because if he loses and those 4 and 5 teams win, then Cody's gonna, what is he, in 4th or something right now?
Yeah, he's in 4th right now. Yeah.
So he's gonna drop from 4th to 7th.
Even if you lose this week, the points for your team, it better be over 110. If you're gonna lose, you need 110 plus.
So I guess to sum up what we're saying, yeah, every matchup is crucial at this point, because wins and losses, it's gonna be tough. So that first matchup
even hit 1,000 points.
Yeah. Between me and Jacob, this is the tightest one of the week. I know y'all have seen it too in there in the projections. Kyler versus Tua. I fucking hate watching Kyler play football, dude.
We've talked about this in the past few weeks, and I've been telling y'all.
Dude, his fantasy numbers look fine, like QB4, QB6, or something like that. You'll take that all day. But watching the Cardinals play football and watching him be the quarterback is so frustrating. I hate it. I hate it.
Something to think about is the Rams really have Kyler's number. He doesn't. He plays really poorly against it. He's without a head coach this week. Kyler's somebody that I worry about a lot. I don't believe the hamstring injury is a real deal. I think it's more of a personal thing, trying to figure out where he's going with this franchise long term.
Double XP weekend. That's what it is.
Yeah, probably.
Call of Duty.
I'll take Tua. I'll take Tua in this one over Kyler Murray, and just because I can't stand Kyler Murray. So
yeah, I think Tua takes that matchup as well. Cleveland's a poor defense. They've showed it. They come out in phases, but Miami's got a great offensive line.
It's hard to bet against Tua right now.
I think Tua can easily get 3 touchdowns, and Kyler's going to struggle to get 2. So I'm going to give that one to Jacob, despite what the projections show there. Dameon Pierce and Raheem Mostert versus James Conner, and no longer Najee Harris. Who would he have plugged in there?
He has Miles Sanders and Kareem Hunt in there right now, and he moved James Conner down to his flex.
Okay. So
I guess you could just look at it as Miles Sanders and James Conner probably against Dameon Pierce and Raheem Mostert. I was kind of joking with you about this earlier. I kind of like Jeff Wilson more right now than Raheem.
Dude, me too.
So I would be, if I was in your position, I'd probably be looking at playing Jeff Wilson over Raheem, especially with the pass catching ability and how the Dolphins are playing right now.
Yeah.
If you had Jeff Wilson in there, I'd probably say it might be even a wash. But if you don't play Jeff Wilson, I would probably say Jacob's got it.
I still think it's a wash, and I think it's going to come down to Kyle picking the right running back that's going to get a touchdown.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
because Jeff
Raheem,
Wilson's going to get his points no matter what by catching. Raheem needs a touchdown.
yeah, yeah. He looks slow out there. Wilson looks like he's got the juice. So it's a tough call to make because I think Mostert is still the starter, but considering that they split carries,
50%, I think, was like literally like it was like an even split.
yeah. So yeah, I've been going back and forth on it. But let's just say a Miami running back is going to be in that slot. So we'll see what
Connor
happens.
Waller.
I don't think
So
James
it's a
Conner
toss up.
scores a touchdown. I don't think Najee scores a touchdown. With all the Jalen Warren talk coming out of the bye. Um,
You got to remember he doesn't have Najee right now, so
Yeah,
you're looking at
it's Miles Sanders.
true.
Miles Sanders. Yeah,
But,
All right,
I
fuck
mean,
it.
so Miles Sanders and James Conner, Pierce and Mostert, and what I hate most about all three, what I hate most about is at New York, Pierce is banged up.
and New
So
York ain't no slouch right now. So
is this a Rex Burkhead game to protect him? That's a question for I've got. The Rams don't give up running. They just don't. They don't give up rush yards. Connor's in for a bad day. So is Kyler, in my opinion. And then you look at Miles Sanders. He should have a decent day. Jeff Wilson or Mostert should have a decent day.
yeah, I guess you could just say that the running backs are probably just a toss up right now. Even wash. It could go either way.
Yeah. The wide receivers, Mike Evans and Tyreek versus Cooper Kupp, and who would be his wide receiver two?
He has Pickens in there right now.
Pickens and okay. So
I would
man,
give this to you pretty easily just because of Tyreek. And you look at the Cup situation right now. Matthew Stafford's in concussion protocol.
If it's Wolford, yeah,
You don't
Cup
know
is
who's
still
going to be
on
chucking it.
15 points
So.
though.
yeah.
I mean, he wasn't Cup until Stafford was there. So without
No,
Stafford, we'll see.
he had like a top 5 wide receiver season, I think 2 seasons before
Yeah,
Stafford got
it
there.
was
Yeah,
more split between him and Woods, but
yeah, it was. I thought. Yeah, if I remember, I thought it was just more of a 1A 1B thing.
the designed offense is around Cup. Cup's going to get you 15, probably not 30, right? So in this case, Mike Evans, he's going to have catches. Brady's going to throw it 50 times a game, and Tyreek's going to be Tyreek. So it's got to go Kyle's way, and I think this is where he makes most of the points.
That's been the strength of my team and what I've had to rely on. And, I saw an interesting stat today about Mike Evans, something along the lines of where he usually, like with Tom Brady, has something like a 18% touchdown rate. And so far this season, it's been 6% or something like that. So talking about positive regression coming his way in that touchdown category. And it would only be suiting that it happens this week against Jacob, this little crybaby bitch that always wants to complain about everybody having the biggest week against him. So it would be Mike Evans to get 2 touchdowns against Seattle or something, give my guy 8 catches for 100-something yards and 2 touchdowns this week, I don't know. I can see the Bucs going in and saying, we won a game, what's been working, what hasn't been working, and like Mike Evans has been working. They need to feed my guy. So yeah, I'm gonna be biased and take myself there too. Tight ends, it's not even there's no conversation. Anytime we play against Kelsey, like you're losing that tight end battle.
Jacksonville's been really bad. I think this is a week Kelsey can really dominate again.
Yeah, I'm screwed. So I'm trying to make a deal with a couple teams that have a couple tight ends that could lose one for some of my bench depth. But it's just going to be a matter of who's willing to give up what. So maybe it's Evan Ingram, might be somebody else. It doesn't fucking matter, to be honest. Like Kelsey is going to destroy me there. The flex, I'm going to say that I take that one pretty handedly. Kirk's wide receiver 10 and Olave's wide receiver 15. I remember last year I was trying to sell Debo nonstop, but nobody wanted to take him from me just because I was offering him to everybody. And I think that that's Kirk this year. Nobody wants to take him from me because I'm offering him to everybody, but he's motherfucking wide receiver 10. So that Casey is going to be a shootout. I think he scores a touchdown for sure. Olave is going to destroy that Pitt defense again, just because I'm playing Jacob and players always put up career games against him. So I think my wide receivers whoop up on him in that flex spot.
Yeah, because this flex spot's going to be Rondale, and if I'm not mistaken, he had James Conner, Kareem Hunt, whoever's in there. But Kareem Hunt, handcuff, RB2 in Cleveland. Nick Chubb isn't slowing down, so there's really not a need for Kareem Hunt to check in. So I would definitely take your flexes over that any day of the week. And again, Rondale Moore, or with Kyler Murray's uncertainty and just going against the Rams defense, it's easy. Kirk and Olave any day of the week that ends in Y. So I'd probably say this matchup overall this matchup probably goes in your favor. I don't know if it'll be a blowout, but I think you win. I think y'all are going to be stressing throughout the whole weekend about it. So
This is
fun to watch.
118 to a 106 type of game. I think Kyle takes it with the wide receiver and flex spots carrying the weight.
Yeah,
you'll be done. You'll be done mostly by 3:00, and then you have to just watch Kyler Murray. I'm sorry.
Gross. I was messing with Jacob, talking about how even all of our stats are this year. I was like, it would be suiting that one of us wins by 0.1 this week, just based off of how we are in the standings, points for, points against. So I'm having a tough time, but after seeing that Matthew Stafford was in concussion protocol, and Tua is probably going to be hopefully throwing his touchdowns to me and Tyreek instead of Waddle, even though that's how it's been going this year. I'm going to lean myself here too. Gives me a little hesitation, but I got confidence in my boys right now. So mark it down. I'm taking the dub over Jacob.
There you go.
All right. I'm going to let you guys kind of take this one since it is your matchup, and I'll chime in at the end.
Yeah. So quarterback wise, I mean, Justin Fields is on fire right now. So it's kind of one of those things where you really don't want to have to go up against him. But I'll take the consistency of Jalen Hurts right now because we know what he's doing every week, not just the past 2 or 3 weeks. And I like the matchup for Hurts. I like the matchup for Fields, but I'm just going to take Hurts in this one just because he's been doing it all year versus just the last 3 weeks.
I think this is a toss-up. Justin Fields is going against the worst defense in football. They can't rush the passer. Fields should have all the time in the world to find somebody, and if not, he should be able to take off. The same with Hurts. I think it's really going to come down to which wide receiver gets tackled at the 1 and lets the running back take it in. And is it going to be the running back or Jalen Hurts?
It could very well go that in your favor too with Fields. Fields has some legs.
So I think this one. I just think this one's a toss-up personally. The points, obviously favor Justin Hurts. So I mean, I'm just Justin Hurts. So I think I go Hurts here, but anywho,
cousin of Jonathan White or whatever the fuck.
Jonathan White. Yeah.
I'll be the tiebreaker here, man. This is tough. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a similar game to what he had last week against Houston. I think he's going to become a little bit more of a game manager in some of these games where, they're gonna fucking win. Like, he's not going to have to scramble as much. I think they're going to use the running backs. I think he hits that 26-point projection, 24, 26 points. He's going to get his 40, 50 rushing yards, whatever. But Chicago's got a bad defense, and we know Detroit can put up some numbers. So I think Fields gets caught in more of a shootout than Jalen Hurts does.
For sure.
But I think I'm going to give this one to Justin Fields, or should I call him Jalen Fields?
Jalen Fields and Justin Hurts.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take Preston's side on that one. Matchup, Fields is on fire. Yeah. Running backs, Josh Jacobs, who hasn't really done much of anything outside of those 3 weeks where he destroyed the league, and Leonard Fournette, who's just a lump of lard essentially at this point.
Yeah, I want nothing, not even just saying it just because I'm playing him, but I want nothing to do with Lenny anywhere,
No, you go against Saquon Barkley, he is that offense, and he's going against the absolute worst run defense. Saquon Barkley is going to score more points than Josh Jacobs and Leonard Fournette combined. Like I'm gonna put that out there. Saquon
Okay.
scores 25 points, and I think Jacobs gets his 18 maybe, Fournette maybe his 10, somewhere in there. But I think it's going to be close where Saquon gets his 2 tutters, his 100 yards, 20 something rushes. I think Saquon just destroys that. So
Yeah, in my RB2, I'm kind of tossed up right now between Najee and playing Tyler Algier. I have to figure that out by tomorrow night, though.
Falcons play the Panthers.
Yeah,
I'm playing Algier.
yeah, and
Oh,
Algier,
Mixon did.
he's showing it. Even last week, I think he put up 90+ yards. He
Yeah,
was the
dude.
most efficient rusher out of the 3.
That's what I was telling you last week, that before before somebody got hurt, was it Algier or whatever running back got hurt in like week 1 or 2? That's how it was. Like he was the rusher, and Patterson like came in, like they switched off. So sure enough, that's what happened this past week too. Like, okay, Patterson's back, but Algier's still involved.
Yeah.
So and that's where I would lean. But a touchdown there would really make your day. But the Panthers just gave up 5 fucking touchdowns to Joe Mixon and like 200 total yards, and I don't know how many rushing yards. And Joe Mixon hadn't gotten over like 65 or 70 rushing yards the entire year. Yeah, I think that's a smash for me there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of going right now. I have Najee in there just for the fuck of it, but I already put Tyler in there, took him out, put him in there, took him out. So, Preston just texted us saying he had to go visit his Browntown Perf LLC. So,
I don't know what that means.
That
you gotta take a shit.
Something's going on with his stomach. So I'm assuming that's what his team, Browntown. I'm assuming that's something to do with being the poop man. I don't know. Shout out Jacob.
Yeah, I don't know where Perf came from. Brown, AJ Brown, Browntown.
Oh, maybe. Okay. The whole time I thought it was a poop reference, but yeah, you're probably right.
It could double as a poop reference. I have no fucking clue. I told him no, that's why he made it that, because when I still had Marquise Brown, I was like, trade me AJ Brown and I'm just gonna change my team name to Browntown. And he's like, no, I'm gonna make it my team name, because I was giving him shit for constantly changing it.
Oh, there you go.
But I don't know where Perf came from. Either way,
I'll send him Hollywood.
There you go. Looking at the wide receivers, Hopkins and AJ Brown versus Drake London and Justin Jefferson.
Well, I don't have Drake London in there right now. I know you made these, and my bad for making a trade last minute. But right now, my wide receivers in there are Jefferson and Adams.
Okay.
So.
Shit, I don't
know. I don't know. I think that's almost a wash in itself, maybe too. Again, Hopkins is only going to thrive if it's Murray's thriving. Jalen Hurts is going to chuck the ball down, but we saw, he'll feed Dallas Goedert, he'll feed AJ Brown, he'll feed Devontae Smith. That's going to be someone's game every week. He's not going to do it to all of them the same week. So
it's a good wide receiver matchup, though.
No, it is, and we could. For me personally, Adams, Jefferson, Hopkins, Brown, I could be comfortable and say this might be a wash, and just preference at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
I like my guys being, I like both of mine, obviously, but you could be the deciding factor there, and I know he probably would take his too.
Right. Man, I am going to go with yours. I think the Vikings getting a little bit of a shootout there with Buffalo. So I think Jefferson has another Jefferson day. Adams, I don't think he's going to score that many points again this season, but
no.
Who's stopping him? But also, are they going to need to throw the ball that much against Indy? So,
and Jeff Saturday has Devontae Adams on his fantasy team.
Jeff Saturday does have Devontae Adams on his team. So if he, they were joking on the footballers, if they put a rookie corner on Devontae Adams, we'll know something's fishy's up.
Yeah, I'll take it though.
Oh, hell yeah. So will everybody else that has Adams. So who do you have in your, let's just do the tight ends real quick.
Tight end, I have Dallas. Matchup. Yeah, it's a good one. The Rams, they're no slouch against the tight end. I can't think. I was looking back on it. I don't think there's really any tight end that really just ate against them. Cade Otton just had that one tutter last week. Trying to think who else. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'll take that back. The Seahawks and the Rams are both the two, I think, worst defenses against the tight ends. And I was listening to something, I think, yesterday or the day before, talking about fire up every single tight end you have in this game.
Not the Rams. I think it was the Cardinals because the Rams are red there. I think it's
that's what I thought too, but I think it was the footballers. I think Jason or Mike or someone was saying like fire up both tight ends if you have them, or like fire up all the tight ends. Like they're both bad against tight ends, and I see that too. But I'll have to go back and see. But if that's the case, then yeah, fire them up. But if not, then I would
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's like the tight end 3 and the tight end 4 or something like that right there. I think it's another wash. Ertz is, a necessity in Arizona right now, without Hollywood. And then Goddard,
that's his safety blanket.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the projections there and give it to Goddard.
Nice.
Who's in your flex right now?
Flex right now, I have. Let me see. Oops. I have Wan'Dale and Michael Pittman.
Wan'Dale and Michael Pittman. I do not like that. So I am gonna go with.
That's an easy.
I'm gonna go Waddle and Cook on that side. Yeah, for sure. Waddle is destroying the league this season, and it's just crazy that he's doing that with having Tyreek doing what he's doing over there too. Like he's not even the best wide receiver on his team, and he's like, what, a top 6 or 7 wide receiver this year or something like that.
Yep.
It's insane.
I think Preston takes the flex easy, but that's been Preston's MO the whole season, like just having a stout starting lineup and not really any top 1 or 2 people, but he has top bottom 5 to 10, bottom 5 to 15 people, and it's paying off. So
yeah, man, I went against you last week, and that was a terrible decision. I don't know why I picked Jose. I was trying to get cute and pick an upset there.
It's fine. That's what you and Wes were trying to do. Remember, it was the shit on me show last week. So
it was. I fed off of Wes's energy. Wes, you're a bad influence.
Yeah, that's why you're balding now too.
Yeah, I regret it, and I got gray in my beard.
Yeah, turn Wes Jr.
So I guess I'm not going to make that mistake again. Even though Preston's got the better lineup, I think just depth wise, I think the flex is the real difference maker there. Oh man.
I don't know. I can't even. I don't feel comfortable saying me. I don't feel comfortable saying him. I feel like it's just going to be a good game, and I really can't decide. I could be cocky and say me, or confident and say me, or I could be generous and say him. But it could go either way. It really could.
What's the projection say? You?
Right now it shows me at 129.83 because I put Tyler Algier in and I put Najee in place of Wan'Dale Robinson. So it shows 129.83 to 125.36 in my favor.
Yeah, I mean, it's a toss-up, so I'm going to go with the projections. We'll see who's on top of the power rankings, but I made a mistake betting against you one time. I'm not going to do it again. If you end up losing, then I can live with that. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We got Wes versus my dad. I know you wanted to take a chance to talk about Wes, so I'll let you go ahead and have that.
Yes, I mean, we can kind of just go line by line, and I'll throw my jabs here and there. I mean, we got Justin Turbert and we got Josh Allen any day of the week. Take Josh Allen over Justin Herbert. I would take Josh Allen with his UCL over Justin Herbert right now. So I don't know who else your dad has for quarter. Oh, he picked up Geno.
And I think he has Case Keenum, or maybe that was Dynasty.
No, he dropped Marcus Mariota to pick up Geno Smith on waivers last night. So, and I would, if he plays Josh, if Josh plays, or even if he plays Geno, I'm taking Gino or Josh over Herbert
Yeah, I
right
agree.
now. And then just kind of, I mean, that's really easy. I don't feel like there's much to talk about in that one. As far as running backs go, on paper, this looks great, but Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor for Derrick Henry and maybe Aaron Jones. We'll see. If not, I assume he probably throws Patterson up from the flex. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume Derrick Henry and Patterson for now, just because
Yeah.
Patterson's a Thursday night play, anyways. Um, I don't know. I like Derrick Henry and Patterson over essentially McCaffrey and the unknown of Jonathan Taylor, whether he's even going to play or not play. Um, and there was all that talk last week about how Wes won and Wes did this and that trade was crazy and he did this and that and blah 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 blah. And I got exactly what I want out of it. I didn't know Devontae Adams was going to give me 30 plus. I thought he was going to give me a solid 15. Now I turned away Gus Edwards like the very next day, but Jonathan Taylor didn't play. And that's what I didn't want to get stuck with. It was essentially the same thing as what you had going on with Swift. You just didn't want any part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked in my favor, just like it worked in your favor with Olave and stuff,
Yeah.
So have fun with that, Wes. Whether it's Jonathan Taylor, Deion Jackson, or Philip Lindsay, or Zach Moss, do your thing. And I'll be watching from above. So
Looking down, how's the weather down there, Wes?
yeah, McCaffrey's going to McCaffrey, but even that alone, I don't think is going to be enough to. Derrick Henry is a beast right now. I think we saw the stat today that of the last every touchdown that's been scored by the Titans in the past 3 or 4 games have all been Derrick Henry.
Yeah, dude,
And they didn't pass a single wide receiver didn't catch a ball this past Sunday, so that offense runs through Derrick Henry.
Yeah. So I mean, we could essentially call that matchup McCaffrey and Kenneth Walker against
true.
Henry and Cordell Patterson because, again, Walker plays at 8:30 in the morning on Sunday.
True. Yeah.
So I think looking at it that way, like the Chargers want you to run the ball on them, and McCaffrey's only going to get better the longer he's in San Francisco. I think he's going to be a cheat code. I'm going to give that one to Wes, McCaffrey and Kenneth Walker versus Derrick Henry and Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, I'm just going to be salty and still go with Russ. So
it's a good matchup. Yeah, toss up by the way. Then you got St. Brown and Lockett versus Godwin and Lazard. I don't think it's as close as it looks on paper. I lean St. Brown and Lockett pretty easily. Lockett's a top 10 wide receiver too, is he not? Like number 9?
Yeah, he's like number 9 or something like that. He cracked the top 10 this week. I was listening to something today talking about how Godwin's about to open up, and he's a safe play every week. Blah blah blah. I like Lockett. I like Godwin. Obviously, I like St. Brown. I was trying to get St. Brown off of Wes earlier today, and he was like, not for garbage, blah, blah, blah. But I had to bring him back down to reality and tell him that he hasn't done anything since week 2, and we're on week 10.
Yeah.
He missed a week or 2, had a concussion here and there. I think the most points he scored in a single game was maybe 13. So he's not Amon-Ra from the beginning of the season, He still is the wide receiver 1. He still is on a team with a bad defense that's going to be playing from behind or just, in a shootout. But I don't think he should be valued as if he was still week 2 Amon-Ra. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it might waste your window to get that kind
especially if you're 3 and 6. I'd be trying to move him for some pieces, but what do I know? So
nothing apparently.
Wes is a guy with 15 leagues and a bunch of losing records or winning records or whatever the case may be, right? So
hey man, Wes runs over those leagues where he plays with chumps that draft defenses in the 4th round. So I mean,
yeah, there you go. I'll give this one to Wes just because of the Lockett matchup. So
yeah, Okay. Yeah, I think so too. Chicago's got a bad defense, so I think Amon-Ra scores a touchdown there. And the way Bears offense is clicking too, shit, Amon-Ra could have 2 touchdowns. Schultz versus Kittle. I'm gonna take Kittle on that.
Kittle, yeah, for sure.
If we're kind of considering putting Patterson and Walker in the RB
Yep.
spot, take Taylor and Aaron Jones down to the flex. I can't even say confidently that my dad would play Njoku. I don't know what he's doing there with 2 tight ends. Maybe he's been talking to Preston too
Yeah, I
much.
was just about to say he's been hanging out with Preston too much.
But if that's the case, I mean that's the way his guys line up set right now, so that's all we got to go by. I shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at his, his roster, and there's a couple options I would play over Nick Joku, like Devontae Smith,
Yeah, me too.
Gabe Davis, even Allen Robinson. And I'm like the most anti-Allen Robinson person. And I would probably even consider that over playing the Joku, So
Yeah, that's what I thought too, looking at those guys.
but yeah, this one would go in Wes's favor just because of how it's set up right now. And well, I don't know, because Wes has, Jonathan Taylor or Deion Jackson, and who knows how that's gonna go. So let me see who else Wes would even play. He has Deontay Johnson and Juju. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong guy. Sorry. That's too good of a team. Hold on. Here's Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore. I don't see why you would trade away Devontae Adams and then not play DJ Moore against Atlanta, but what do I know? Yeah, there's a couple other options I would play over. I'd be definitely moving Walker up and then figuring something else out. I would definitely play Ayuk and then something else out. Assuming West does the same, I'd probably give the flexes to West.
So overall, who do you think takes this? Shit, I guess I got to give my input too. Yeah, I think I'll give the flex to Wes as well.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I'll be fair and say it's probably going to go in Wes's favor. But I'll call this the upset of the week and say Big Daddy G comes out with it.
You think that'd be an upset if Big Daddy G comes out on top?
I know who will be upset. It's Wes, but
Wes's season would probably be over.
That's exactly, and that's why I call it an upset, because it's kind of just like sticking the nail in his coffin and keeping your dad's hopes alive. So I think this matchup is a whole lot closer than it probably seems a little bit. But of course, Wes has a couple players on his side that could obviously pop off. But we'll see. I don't know. I think Wes, technically takes it, but I think upset would be Russ taking it. So
yeah.
I'm
gonna ride with Wes on this one.
We know
Godwin hadn't scored a touchdown all year. Lazard had a good game, but like with Dobbs out this week, I think Dallas shuts him down. We'll see. It'll be who has the 1 or 2 players that has a monster game. Is it going to be McCaffrey and Walker? Is it going to be Patterson and Henry and Allen? I don't know. We're riding with you, Wes.
Stay tuned.
All right. Matt wins this one. You want to go?
Yeah. No, I ain't got nothing to say.
God,
Jordan doesn't want to make any moves anymore. He says he's happy with this team. So be it. Matt can leave his team as is and win. So
yeah, you don't even have to play anybody in that tight end spot, even though he picked up Freiermuth, so that's who be in there.
Matt, you're on a bye week.
Yeah, seriously. Dude, Mahomes, no competition. Kamara, Etienne, no competition there. McLaurin versus Cooper. Cooper's been good. Miami's defense sucks. Hardman's been scoring touchdowns, and Josh Palmer probably doesn't have Mike Evans and Keenan Allen this week.
Preston took your place. Mike Williams.
What did I say?
You said Mike Evans.
Oh, did I? Oh, shit.
Yeah, but Scary Terry's been doing better with Taylor Heineke, so I still give this to Matt, probably just because of Amari. And Miko's, I think, has something going on that's why he has a questionable mark. So
what if it was Debo and Cooper versus McLaurin and Palmer?
Yeah, probably give it to Cooper and Debo, but that's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things.
All
So
good.
Yeah. I'm gonna go because Jordan's not gonna win anything else. So I'm gonna give him the wide receiver matchup there.
yay,
Welcome
Jordan.
back, Poop Man.
I think I have a stomach ulcer, man, from all the heavy food and stuff this week. So I've been fighting it a little bit. So you know how that is.
Oh
Probably
man.
not. But, man, it's rough.
It's usually spewing out your mouth anyways, so
Damn.
My record's still better. Hey, I still never finished last in a league.
There you go. Speak it, P-Man. Speak it.
Just saying, you don't talk trash, don't wear the sash.
Oh, now he got bars.
oh man. Oh boy, I
Put that
done
on the shirt.
I done woke the beast.
Yeah.
I
Preston, you
actually
got
think
any, what do you think?
if Kamara doesn't perform and ETN has a modest game, I think
Are you
Matt's in
calling this
trouble.
your upset of the week?
This is my upset of the week.
Oh man, I
Wouldn't that
would
be
love
something?
it. I called my upset of the week a
Here's
minute
why.
ago was Russ.
Claypool's got a good week. Detroit is a shitty secondary, so he could easily catch a 50-yard touchdown bomb. Debo Samuel won't have all the pressure on him, should be open. Jimmy G finds open receivers. And then you know about his yak. Kyle Pitts, that's Hardman should have a good game. Cooper should have an outstanding game against Miami. And Gibson, he just finds ways to catch and run 20 yards up the field. Singletary, I think they're going to have to use him a lot more, especially if Mr. Keenum's in the game. So I could potentially see a lot of dump offs via Keenum if it comes down to it. So I very much think McLaurin gets shut down this week against Philadelphia, and Palmer gets shut down against San Francisco. Not feeling confident about Eckler at San Francisco. And again, Swift's playing, like Kyle said earlier, 15% of the snaps. It's not enough to get you enough points unless he gets a touch. If he doesn't get a touchdown, you're in trouble.
Yeah, Matt took Swift out last minute last week for Jamal Williams. I think Matt's got depth too.
Yeah.
So I would be shocked if he left Swift in there. I don't know.
We were trying to get something done for Swift. I was offering Kareem Hunt and Miles Sanders for Swift and Williams. And
he was considering that?
yeah, he said that he's a big Hunt guy, so and like you just said, he has the depth. So he might not be willing to play that game that you and I didn't want to play earlier in the year. So
I tried to get Swift off him too a week or two ago. But he needs wide receivers. He doesn't need more running backs. So that's why I was
Sure.
trying to give him Kirk, but Matt, like everybody else, is like, fuck Kirk. Like, forget his name. He's wide receiver 10. You're telling me you wouldn't take a wide receiver 10 in your wide receiver situation. So he said no. Like, all right, dude, like that's fine. Like I said earlier, Kirk is my Debo this year where nobody wants to take him because I'm offering him, or nobody
You
wants
know
to
what?
buy him.
You know what I want to do? I want to get Matt on the show.
Matt
I
on
think,
the show.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm gonna text
Hey,
him.
can we do it? You should do a threesome. Wes, Matt, and Kyle.
Wes, me.
No, Wes wouldn't stop crying the whole time, so we wouldn't even be able to talk about football. So
All right. So at the end of the day, Preston, are you gonna put your nuts on the table and pick Jordan for this one?
I'm picking Jordan here. I
Woo!
think let's go.
All right.
Preston's about to just take the L against me this week and give Jordan some player.
I'm not projected to be down Fournette. Watch this be a 2-touchdown Fournette game, and he scores me 28 points, and Javier's in trouble. Hey,
Oh, we know. You missed your Poop Man, you missed your 5 minutes of fame. Let's move on.
We're here. Preston put his nuts on the table for Jordan. I'm not doing that. I'm still riding with Matt on this one.
somebody has to pick an upset. Everybody goes with the flow.
I picked
man.
an upset. I picked Russ over Wes as my upset.
No, you still picked West to win, but you said it would be an upset if
Yeah,
that's what it was,
if you
yeah.
picked Russ, I said Russ has a better record. He's projected more. That'd make a lot of sense.
But Wes is on paper looks better.
All right. We got this one. Okay. Last but not least,
This is the juicy
El
matchup.
Chingon, the man that I'm deeming Yoda because he's short and old and thinks he's very wise, versus the dog, Max Prep, golf guru Cody Ray. We know that Jose is going to play Dak over Burrow, obviously. So you got Dak versus Carr. What do y'all think about that?
First deck.
Dak,
Dallas is
well-
playing who?
what?
Who's Dallas playing?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I'm trying to think.
Here, let me go look.
It's not like we don't have computers and phones right in front of us to check.
I know.
Hold on. I always feel silly asking questions like that too, because I'm always waiting for
Oh,
y'all to be like,
he's at Green Bay, so that's a should be a good matchup. Maybe
I-
not
I
for
kind
him.
of like Derek Carr, in a sense too. But it's just a whole matter of they can never fucking close out, and he just forgets how to play football in the second half, or once they take a lead. I don't know what it is. So,
Yeah. I'm taking Dak.
yeah, I think so.
Running backs, I'm gonna Chubb is the difference maker there for me.
Yeah, I take
Montgomery
Cody.
needs to score against Detroit, and he's still the leader there in that backfield, which he very well might score against Detroit. And that offense looks a lot better. So I don't know. I just think Chubb has a better game than Montgomery, and then McKinnon versus Dillon is a wash, essentially. I'm taking Cody's side for the running backs.
Yeah, for sure. I got Cody on that one.
It's ugly, but you go with Chubb here.
Okay. Wide receivers. I don't really like the two that Cody's got. I'm gonna ride with Diggs with or without Josh Allen. Case Keenum is serviceable. So and Juju's been on fire. So I'm gonna give that one to Jose.
I think Juju comes back down to earth. I think now's the time to sell Juju, but we all know Jose won't. So
No.
so be it. I'd probably give this side of Jose regardless of who he plays in the 2 slot, just because of Diggs. I like DK, and hopefully, the Broncos figure it out, just because they're on prime time so much. We don't have a choice but to watch them. So at least make it interesting. And we have to watch them on Thanksgiving week. We have to watch them. I don't remember.
Ugh.
They have like 3 primetime games left.
Gross.
So,
Buffalo did not look good without Allen, so I've got some concerns. I don't like Cody's side, but I think Cody's a boom bust, right? Sutton has a good day, he's going to have 20 points. Metcalf has a good day, he's going to have 20 points. Diggs needs Allen, and Juju there's so many weapons in that offense. It's tough to just feel good about them. Honestly, I think this is closer to a toss up for me than I thought it would be looking into the week.
Okay. Cody doesn't have a tight end, so there's nothing to really evaluate there. But anybody he gets at this point, I don't think it's going to be better than Hawkinson.
Love
him and I are
Mason
talking
Rudolph.
about a trade. So depending on if we make a trade or not, I'll probably take him in that side. But if we don't make a trade, then yeah, probably Hawkinson. But we'll see.
Based on how it stands right now, though, I'm taking Hawkinson
Over anybody, yes.
Hawk is back. I know some people think it was one, but he's got a quarterback that likes throwing on the field, and Kirk Cousins. You gotta love
That's
it.
your Kirko Cousins, baby.
Yeah. Thielen, and that's going to be CD Lamb versus Brandon Cooks and Terrace Marshall. I'm going Thielen and Lamb pretty easily.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Cooks is washed.
Yeah, he's non-existent there. Marshall could have a good day against Atlanta. I mean, that's a good play for Cody there if he doesn't have anybody else. But I mean, I think Jose's got the better flex plays.
Yeah, no, for sure. On this one, it's easy to just say it's Jose, but I want to say my dog pulls the one out, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jose gets the dub here. He's been solid all year. It just depends on who he meets up with. So
I'm rooting for Cody, but it might go Jose's way.
I think we're all in the same boat there.
Yeah. Crushing loss for Dog.
I need Jose. I need Jose to lose because I don't need any more 5-5 teams. So
I'm
yeah,
about to trade. I'll take the L this week and give Cody some players.
collusion.
And
So for
that's
the
how we end the show this week.
The power rankings, I don't think there's anything too surprising here. The thing that was the most surprising to me was that Cody took the bottom spot away from Jordan. I thought he would never give it up, but here we are. I guess that's because he doesn't have a tight end, but then you got Matt who doesn't have Jose doesn't have a quarterback or a flex, and he's still at 8. So I guess Jose down 2 players is still better than Jordan.
It's that running back flex, man. It just looks awful if you're Cody.
Yeah. I'm just middle of the pack, quite frankly. The top 3, that's going to be interchangeable every week, just based on matchups. Really, the top 2 are interchangeable. Matt's going to hover around that 3rd spot, but I think that's all that's really shocking to me.
Real quick, let's leave this up here. Preston, we all need to know what the team name means. Browntown Perf LLC. We were talking about that while you were gone.
Downtown Performance, man. AJ Brown leading the way.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, now we were very lost.
I was thinking like
you only have so many. You only have so many characters to work with, so
yeah. I thought I was like, perfect. Is this a weird play on pervert?
I thought it was a poop reference.
Hey, let's just get one thing clear. Jacob had the shits the other day and said, "I've become poop man." He called himself that. So I think the name has sailed away.
Yeah, he didn't. He RSVP'd in my World Series shindig and didn't show.
Dude, Jacob, that is his Emma.
What's the TikTok? Jacob, what happened?
He was saying something about pooping on Javier's time the other day too from the restroom. He was texting, so
that's fine. He's a smart man. You poop on company time, baby.
So he's a 2% MILF. Maybe he's a little bit lactose intolerant, I guess.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Well, let's go to my weekly pick'ems record. Last week I went 3-2 to bring me up to 26-14 on the season. I should have been 4-1. I don't know why I picked against Xu Wei. I think the only shocker last week for me was Cody over Jacob, but I mean, for him to win by 4 or 5 points, and Mixon scored like 1,000. So I think I had the right process there, but nobody was predicting that Mixon was going to score more than 2 touchdowns that game.
Yeah.
There's some pissed off Higgins owners. Sorry, Jordan.
I believe it. So on that note, boys, run a little bit long today, but I appreciate y'all being on here. Best of luck to the 2 of you this week. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.
See you, boys. Y'all have a good night. GG's everybody but Wes.
Damn.
And I'll say more. Play the music. I'm going to talk over the music. That man has nothing going for him right now. 3-6. That's about the many hairs he has on top of his head. 3 to 6 of them. That's all he's got going for him.
Dynasty team is just as ugly, and I've got his pick.